A lot of times when I am speaking with college coaches, we talk about separators. And separators are, okay, I have this talent pool that I have to evaluate, and I have to be able to discern who is the type of athlete that can help our program win games. Important for parents and student athletes to understand this is a business at the college level, at all levels of college, not just Division I. College athletics are about performing and executing and winning ball games. That's what athletic departments require of their coaches, and that's what coaches require of their teams and student athletes. And the biggest, probably underprepared part of student athletes with regard to the recruiting process is mental discipline, mental resilience, mental performance and focus. And for those parents that often overlook this dynamic, I can tell you that college coaches are looking, when they're recruiting your athletes, they're looking for your student athletes to fail. They want to see them how do they handle individual failure and team failure? Are they a helmet thrower? Are they screaming at their teammates? What type of reactions do they have to umpire, maybe a bad call or maybe an error that's made behind them? Body language, mental discipline, mental toughness, mental focus.
It was about 39 degrees, it was raining, and our bullpen was underwater, so we had to warm up in the Arkansas bullpen. This is in their old stadium. And I think it's like 3-2 in the fourth inning. And I'm starting, like, my engines are priming. Like, this is my game, right? I'm trying to stay warm, whatever. And then all of a sudden, he sends our lefty to the bullpen, our freshman lefty. And the kid's name was Eddie Arnell. And Eddie Arnell pitched for the Yankees in the major leagues and pitched overseas. He was a good kid, really good player. And I remember just like getting kicked in the solar plexus or further south of that. And I was so ticked off. And I remember just eating my insides. And Eddie goes and warms up, comes in the game, gets us out of a jam, and then as soon as he goes in the game, they send me to the bullpen. And I'm like, oh, so bad. And then we blew it open, and I had to throw, right? Because it's the end of the game. I've gone through an SEC weekend. I haven't pitched yet. And so coach puts me in to throw the seventh inning. I think, we're up like 9, right, to finish the game. And I pitched like crap. Gave up a yard ball, struggled to get through the inning, gave up a couple runs, whatever. I got done. I was so ticked. And I remember our pitching coach came up to us, and our pitching coach really wasn't the X's and O's guys. He was more of like a teacher. He was more of a support guy. He was like, Brett, what the hell was that? And I was like, why did he put in Eddie ahead of me? Like, that's my job. And after me, acting like an idiot and spoiled brat for a little while, Cano eventually said, the pitching coach said, dude, you didn't get it, did you? He said, we have got to get a third starter developed before the postseason. And Eddie is a major league pitcher. Okay. The kid's gonna pitch in the major leagues. We need him to pitch later in the season. If we put you in and then put him in when it was an 8-run lead and he struggled, who would come in relief of him? If we put him in and then put you in, you were there to fix his mistake and it wouldn't crush him. But you were so caught up in not being in the moment, you tanked yourself. And he outshined you. And that was a big wake-up call for me because he was right. As a coach, they had a plan, and I didn't know what the plan was, right? They should have told me, and I would have been like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Like, I'm ready to go. Maybe a mistake. Maybe I got caught up in the moment, but I didn't handle that. I was a fifth-year senior. I should have known better than that.
And so during the transition from youth sports into high school athletics, it is important to understand the phrase next play. Next opportunity. We get so caught up in, I didn't start today, and so therefore our mind drifts and we're not actively involved in the game because we're pouting at the end of the dugout. Coaches see that, and that's not going to allow your student athlete to be a recruitable student athlete. Being mentally tough, being mentally disciplined is being involved and engaged in the game physically and mentally, knowing the situations. If I'm called upon in this situation, I will be prepared to execute. College athletics boils down to one basic premise. You either did or you didn't. You either executed or you did not execute.
We watch how they interact with their teammates. We watch, how they warm up. We watch how they treat umpires, and we watch how they respond to adversity. Because baseball is a game of kind of grittiness and resilience. And so we're out there kind of trying to identify kids who, in our mind, play the game the right way and play hard, deal well with adversity, and they're great teammates.
There are no excuses. That is the number one piece to this puzzle with regard to becoming a college student athlete, is for you as parents, and obviously more importantly for your student athlete, to understand it's not about what just happened. It's about what the next play is going to present for you. Dad of a pitcher, it's hard to watch your son give up a home run and listen to the stadium erupt and the player going around the bases, especially in today's world of bat tosses and celebratory handshakes and things of that nature. But it's important for you as a parent and a student athlete to teach the discipline of getting the ball back from the umpire or your catcher and preparing to execute the next pitch. Keep in mind, the biggest part of today's transition for high school athletes into college is the mental performance and mental development, being aware of how to handle the pressure of competing to get on the field, the pressure of competing against higher caliber student athletes. Oftentimes that pressure, that weight of expectation can create anxiety, and that anxiety can make things tense, physically tense. And I want parents to understand that if this is a lesson that athletes can learn within the high school or summer travel ball environment, it's going to help you be better prepared, not only to become a student athlete, but to be an active participant as a college student athlete. Managing and understanding the phrase flush the last, and really become engaged in the next. Become excited in the next. You made an error with the bases loaded. That happened. There's no rewind button. There's no way to eliminate that or erase that. It's up to you to basically take accountability for it, and I'm prepared for the next opportunity. Doing that more often within the high school years, when college coaches are there, they don't care about your results. They do not care about the score. They do not care about your statistics. What they care about is your leadership capabilities. They care about your physical body language. What is your body language saying to your teammates, to your coaching staff? More importantly, what is it saying to your competitors? If you lead by your body language, by your actions, your skill set and your abilities are going to be seen and recognized not only by college coaches, but by your aggression with regard to not only your teammates, but your competitors and your opposing teams. Always remember, the we is better than the me. And so if your body language is all about the we and not about me, college coaches are going to be more inclined to recruit your student athlete and become more engaged with your student athlete as a potential student athlete for their program.